right, park workout number 3. Going back to the same park. This time we're working on pinch grip strength. We got the large and extra large power pistons, cannonball grips. So we'll do some max holds, do some transfers, do some pull-ups, and yeah, we'll just jump right to the park. Okay guys, here we are training pinch at the park. I got the power pistons by Escape Climbing, and what I'm doing is max holds. In one hand I have the extra large piston, and in the other hand I have the large piston, and for some reason I couldn't seem to hold my body weight up with the extra large pistons in both hands, which I've always been able to do since I got them. And this was really starting to get to me, but I ended up figuring out why I was having such a hard time holding myself up with the extra large pistons about midway through the workout. And it comes down to my hands were just too dry, and because I was just slipping off them no matter how hard I was squeezing, and I wasn't feeling weak, and so it was really strange. And what I ended up doing was essentially blowing some moisture onto my hands with my mouth, so kind of like doing the movement if you were to fog up a mirror or a piece of glass with your voice, and that adds a little bit of moisture to your hands, and that made me my grip so much better on the pistons. And so in these clips here I'm using chalk, which is just drying up my hands further, making it much more difficult to hold. But it's interesting because I have a wooden hangboard, right, a portable hangboard, and when I use chalk, it gives me better grip. So I don't know what it is about these power pistons where chalk was actually making it worse, or at least might have been just the weather conditions outside. I'm not exactly sure, because in the past I have used chalk with it and I was just fine. I'm not exactly sure, but I ended up figuring it out and ended up getting a PR on my pull-ups for the the extra large power pistons, which will be shown later. I'm alternating which hand has the large piston and the extra large piston in every rep to keep my workout balanced. Here in my last set, I was getting pretty frustrated with my inability to hold on to these pistons. And so I started messing around trying to do pull-ups on them just to see if a bent arm was a better way to hold on to it, as it usually is. And that's when I figured out I just needed to add a little moisture. Here I'm working on transfers, and what I found was every time you transfer your hand from one hold to another, your hand dries up very quickly, and so it becomes slippery again, which again is something unusual because I've done transfers before with chalk and I've never had this problem before. What I think I might need to do is buy a brush and just brush out the hold. It might be starting to get really slick just from overuse, but that's my only theory so far. Once I figured out how to get better grip on these power pistons again, I went for max pull-ups and I did 3 sets and eventually got a PR. Up next we have transfers using the cannonball grips and the large power pistons, and I'm setting them up on the monkey bars, and this is actually a lot of fun, and this is one of the unique things to come out of the stay-at-home order here in Michigan. With all non-essential businesses closed down, I would have never come to the park to set up my grips on, and I mean, at the gym, I can set them up on pull-up bars, but it's not the same. And of course, I can go to a Ninja Warrior gym, but the closest one to me is 45 minutes away. And so, if I can just set these up at my local park, this is a pretty nice thing to have here in town. Okay, up next is work on the monkey bars, just doing transfers, seeing how far I can transfer, and it's just good to strengthen your shoulder joints and get comfortable moving in a fluid motion, body awareness, and using momentum to propel yourself through the movements without taking too many extra swings. So also just really fun and good for your grip. This is actually one of the hardest things I did all day, and every time I lachetted down the monkey bars, my grip would slip a little bit, making it really difficult, and just having my arms extended out wide like that made it much more difficult. So if you're at a park and the monkey bar setup is similar to this, I'd say give it a try because it's a really good workout. I will be finishing this workout with 1 arm pull-ups, 1 rep per arm per set, 4 sets.